you doing? You know, I was sitting here and listening to Tom say all these wonderful things that are very true, very true. And I wanted to just also get a sense from the room. Who's been here before? Have you been to the British Council before? Please raise your hand. Well, if you work here, yeah, I would assume you've been here before. But if you're a journalist and visiting with us, okay. So less than half of the people in the room have been to the British Council. And there was a program that was quite popular and robust a few years ago called WAPI, which was Words and Pictures. Did any of you come for any kind of cultural, arts-based activities here at the British Council in your lifetime? If you did, please put up your hand. Okay, so there's a Venn diagram. The one of the two people who have been here before came for WAPI, which is exciting. So it's really, so when we say welcome, it's a real genuine welcome to the building and welcome to the arts program. And it's really exciting to engage with you today. And I hope that we can exchange and share a few things about the work that we're doing and really share the excitement that we have for our work, our partners, and this space, because it has played a pivotal role in bringing cultural actors together. As Tom has mentioned, the season is really one of the biggest cultural activities that we have run in some time, and is the biggest activity happening across sub-Saharan Africa, and we're really proud that we've been able to secure the resources to do this piece of work. We will be sharing a broad range of activities across art forms. There will be work happening in music, literature, visual arts, dance, film, and other kinds of performances. And we really do hope that we can bring that intersection of art and education together in a way that is meaningful. We will be working and connecting audiences across Kenya, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and really looking to spark new conversations and deeper cultural understanding. The running themes, we have a few themes for the season, and you will see them in the press release. And some of them include innovation, identity, and really thinking about youth voice. Many of our partners are really committed to asking questions about what the intersection is between technology, indigenous cultures, and contemporary creativity. And so the season really gives an opportunity to make that work possible. Our goal for the season is to promote cross-cultural understanding between Kenya and the UK, and also really showcase the rich expression and ideas supporting young creators to shape their future and ideas of what's to come. Some of the outcomes that we're hoping for, that we're working towards long term, we really do hope to foster meaningful connections between young people in Kenya and the UK. We want to raise the profile of arts and culture organizations in Kenya, the UK, and across the geographies that we will work in, because also key to this program is how we bring in voices from elsewhere. We also have collaborators in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, for example, and in Italy. So even when you hear us focus on that UK-Kenya connection, we're recognizing that that connection is making others possible. And lastly, we also want to be able to support the ambitions of young people to develop their artistic practice and also access new audiences internationally. This season marks a significant milestone for us because it comes right after a massive investment in the cultural and creative industries in Eastern Africa. My colleague Dionys mentioned the Ignite Culture program. That was a big one for us. 14 countries across Eastern Africa, Kenya being one of them, and it was led here in collaboration with Hiva Fund. And this was an investment of 7 million euros across Eastern Africa. So do make a point of having a chat with Dionys to learn more about that program, some of the projects and partners that we've supported in the past. And then in this year as well, we are collaborating with MasterCard and Baraza Media Lab to expand the program that we run called Creative DNA, which is a fashion incubator looking at supporting young people to develop skills, business skills and networks so that can support their craft and elevate their businesses. So we will be working through MasterCard, over the next 3 years, investing around $1.1 million, which we're really excited for the fashion sectors. And as Tom has mentioned, we see the season as an opportunity to celebrate, look at the past and celebrate our impact while looking to the future and sharing opportunities and dreaming up what's yet to come. So some of the cultural partners, so now I wanted to talk a little bit about how we are thinking about the season and get into the activities. So we've taken a three-pronged approach where we will curate some of the work ourselves, so working with our collaborators and our colleagues across the British Council to support the development of projects. So those are the projects that we will curate. And then we will commission. We have commissioned work through others. My colleague Cherop stood up and said that she manages a Catalyst Grants project, which I will touch on, and she can elaborate on with Kama as well after this if you have more questions on that. And then the third part is we intend to convene. We run a cultural heritage symposium, which Mo, my colleague who spoke first, is responsible for, which is really dynamic, and we are exploring heritage in the digital age this year, so look out for more on that. So some of the curated partnerships include a historic collaboration at the 19th International Architecture Exhibition at the Venice Biennale. The British Council is the commissioner of the British Pavilion in Venice and has done so since the 60s. And for the first time in the history of the British Pavilion, there will be a collaboration between a UK and Kenya team putting this work together. This is a really big deal for all of us because it demonstrates a step change in what the voices, what stories we want to tell, what collaboration looks like, and how platforms like the Biennale can be used to open up to new voices. So the multidisciplinary team of curators from Kenya and the UK include Kabage Karanja and Stella Mutigi, who run a Nairobi-based architecture studio called Cave Bureau. And then the UK-based curators are writers Owen Hopkins and the academic professional Catherine Yusuf. Another highlight of the work that we're doing is the commissioning work. So I mentioned that Tom mentioned that we're working with the Africa Centre in the UK. They're based in London and their mission is to educate, connect, and advocate for Africa and her diaspora. And they bring a legacy of 60 years doing this diverse work with lots of networks across the UK. And they will be running workshops, presentations, exhibitions, symposia, and lots of events between May and November. So we're really excited to develop a stronger connection between these organizations while also feeling like we are having a home for the season in London. Another commissioned project we're proud of is the Catalyst Grants, where we supported 19 projects with £5,000, which is the equivalent of 835,000 Kenya shillings, to develop collaborative projects between Kenya and the UK. We're really inspired by those projects and would like to congratulate all the 19 partners who worked together. Well, 19 projects doesn't mean 19 partners. 19 projects is, a couple of people working together. So there are multiple stakeholders within those 19 projects. Of those 19, 11 have been awarded a further £10,000, which is about 1.6 million Kenya shillings, to further develop this work in this season year. And we are seeing lots of projects that are looking at theatre and dance, creative technologies, innovation, visual arts, and the use of archives. One project that I'd like to mention, just to help contextualize some of this work further, is a collaboration, a project called Making Spaces, Inside Outside, which brings together young curators from Nairobi's Go Down Arts Centre, run by Joy Boyer, and the Leeds Transform Festival, where they will share ideas, co-create and amplify voices often left out by the mainstream. Through virtual exchanges, shared learning, they'll develop and work together and think about new ways of working and new ways of presenting public art. In Nairobi, they will create public art installations, and in Leeds, they will be working on a festival for underrepresented youth. And and they will do this collaboratively. So we can't wait to see and bring to you some of those images and outcomes from that collaboration. Through the season, we're also supporting the convening of creative minds and thought leaders, and one such partnership is with Hay Festival and the NBO Lit Fest. Now, Hay Festival is one of the leading literature festivals in the world, and NBO Lit Fest is a really strong emerging contender set to set fire on the global stage. In Nairobi, the NBO Lit Fest will take place on the 26th and 29th, well, to the 29th of June. And the theme this year is exploring alternative knowledge systems. And in the UK, in Wales, this is set to take place on the 22nd of May into the 1st of June. So we have Kenyan artists and creatives going into Wales, and we have artists and creatives from the UK coming into Nairobi as part of this collaboration, and more on that festival as they announce their themes and their collaborators. And of course, we have a website where we will have a listing of all the events. I'm just highlighting a couple just to demonstrate the scope, the scale, the partners, so that you can have a sense of what's in store. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to invite you all to the official launch of the season on the 2nd of May, this Friday, here. So this building will be converted, and I hope you will be as impressed as we are intending for you to be. We will bring in our partners, there will be music, there will be showcases, there will be conversations, and opportunities to network and better understand our work and our collaborators. We're expecting the representation from the State Department for Culture and Heritage and the Ministry of Gender, Culture and Arts, with PS Umi Bashir. And we're also expecting remarks from the British High Commissioner, Neil Wigan. So it's an exciting moment for us all, and we would really like to share it with you and look forward to crafting stories about the potential and the excitement that we all have for our creative industries. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll ask Sandra to